when we were coming over in our plane, we went through periods of turbulence, and turbulence which the pilot had initially warned us about, but we also picked up turbulence that the pilot hadn't warned us about, and it was quite worrying. But the stewardesses who were on the plane kept saying, don't worry, these planes are built to go through and survive this type of turbulence. And finally, we went through a very smooth flight right up to Zurich. And in many ways, this for me, in a way, illustrates what we went through last year. Last year, our country went through a lot of turbulence, and many of us were extremely worried about the turbulent events that we were going through. But a number of us kept feeling that this is a plane, this is South Africa's plane, and it is going to get to its destination. And I'm happy to say that I think we have gone through the turbulent times that we encountered last year, and I have no doubt that 2017 ushers in a much more stable environment in our economy. We are, of course, like many other countries, going to be facing the slow growth that we went through. But what is important for us as South Africans is that we were able, even during the past year and even the previous year, able to withstand quite a number of the challenges that we faced. And we need to remain focused on fostering economic growth, but ensure that the economic growth that we should have as South Africa should be an inclusive type of growth. Admittedly, the growth is not going to reach the levels that we would like it to be. The Minister of Finance says we could hit 1.3%. Others say it could be less, but we will have to see how that turns out. And the other important thing, of course, as South Africa is that we've got strong institutions, and strong institutions that proved that they are the shock absorbers to whatever shock that our country can be subjected to. They were able to keep our country stable, and when many people thought that the wheels would come off, they didn't, and the institutions that we have. And we've also got a very strong and a stable macroeconomic environment and policy outlook. Those who have been given the responsibility to be the stewards of our macroeconomic policy are doing a great job. And I can say that 2017 and onwards, we will be seeking to make sure that there is policy certainty, and that when institutions of government speak, they speak with one voice, they speak from the same sheet, and that investors have the amount of certainty that they should have with regard to seeing South Africa as an environment in which they can invest. And inclusive growth is going to be a key challenge as we move on, and it should not just be inclusive growth that is talked about in boardrooms just on paper. It should be inclusive growth that people are able to see, feel, touch, and eat. And that is going to be a key challenge. We've been making tremendous progress, and we are hoping that when the President addresses Parliament at the SONA, we will be able to have a broad-ranging agreements that the President will announce. We've made tremendous progress on strike issues, on collective bargaining issues, and indeed on the national minimum wage.